Hello and good evening. We will get started in just a minute. I want to say thank you for tuning into tonight's training. Stop procrastinating, start your own business. This is Kenny Pugh, excited to be with you as we discuss a very vital topic in the lives of people like yourself. And you might be wondering, why deal with this topic? Well, we are at the beginning of 2016. And since that's the case, a number of you have made resolutions or set goals or however you define them, created your awesome vision boards. And you are at a position where you need to act on those things that you put as resolutions in your life. You need to act upon the things that you placed on your vision board. And so it's important to me to make sure that I position you for success and that I don't set you up for failure. What a number of people have done has been to really take you to a place to get you to set these goals and resolutions and create these vision boards, but they're not going to teach you how to move forward. And so one of the things that it keeps a lot of people from moving forward in achieving their goals and really moving forward in the things that they really want to do in their lives is procrastination. And so tonight we're going to talk about procrastination. We're going to talk about why that's important to eliminate out of your life. And then we're going to talk about it in regards to how it's keeping you from starting your business, but it's keeping you from launching your dream. And so it's important for me to see you launch your dream, especially as we are at the beginning of the year. I don't want to host another one of these webinars towards the latter part of the year and you still be a participant in those webinars in that you hadn't taken the action. And so I'm going to challenge you, and I warn you that you are going to be challenged to do something different, to take a different approach, to be unique, to embrace what's going on, and to really accept the challenge of removing procrastination out of your life, because it's really putting you in a position where you can't succeed, that you won't be successful. And that's not what we want. I want you to move past this level of procrastination that is keeping you from realizing your dream, that is keeping you from moving outside of your comfort zone so that you can experience the beautiful things that exist when you step outside of your comfort zone. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I look forward to just being able to share the information that I prepared for tonight's training. If you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat room, and we'll have a chance to address those things as your questions pop up. And I will open it up at some point to really address the questions that come in. So for those of you who are watching by way of my website, there's a chat messaging system that's there. So feel free to put your questions or type your questions in there, and we'll make sure that those get addressed. For those of you who are watching by way of Google Hangouts, feel free to type in the group chat or in the Q&A section of the particular site, and we'll get your questions addressed as well. So stop procrastinating. Start your business. This is the charge that I'm giving and leading off with during our time together tonight. So fasten your seatbelt. Let's get ready to go through some information that will hopefully change your perspective on procrastinating so that you can really go out and start your business. So just a little bit about me. My name is Kenny Pugh. I'm a certified life coach. I'm an entrepreneur life coach, which means I'm a life coach that works with entrepreneurs. And that's kind of a shift in the focus that I've had over the previous years. What I've learned is that if I have an opportunity to work with aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself, or current entrepreneurs, I can be more effective, because there's something different about those of you who aspire to be entrepreneurs and those of you who have taken the plunge to become entrepreneurs. There's a different level of experience. There's a different level of mentality that goes along with wanting to be crazy, to start a business, to do something outside of the norm. And I have a great relationship with aspiring and current entrepreneurs. And so that's what my focus is. And if you notice that shift, that's intentional. I'm working primarily with aspiring and current entrepreneurs to help them move beyond average in life and business. I'm a contributor for blackenterprise.com as well as Headline News. And as I mentioned, working with entrepreneurs to help them move beyond average, obtaining that MBA in life and business. My brand is Kenny Pugh LLC. And I've started something new, something different called Move Beyond Average Coaching. And that is to simply help people get unstuck, to stop procrastinating, to start taking actions, I've been going around over the past 2 years, training life coaches, helping them to become certified, and training coaches to become better coaches, while also working with my clients as well. And so that is what I've done. I've transformed and really tweaked the things in the content that I've been sharing. And so hopefully you can benefit from a lot of the new tidbits that will be shared with you as well. I consider myself to be an educator, a trainer. I help people improve their businesses, finances, and relationships through workshops, one-on-one coaching, and webinars. We're on a webinar this evening. I love these because it gives me a chance to share content with you. It gives me a chance to get the feedback from you as well, as you are going through the process of taking that information in. And it's a great way for us to build a relationship with one another. I have been on CNN as well as Headline News, and this is me on with Natasha Curry talking about being single, celibate, and sexy, or single, sexy, and celibate. I've also been on there talking about Father Knows Best, and asking the right questions to potential suitors for your daughters and all that good stuff. I've been on there talking about money. I've been on there talking about relationships. I've been on there talking about business. And so I've had a chance to have experience in the public eye and being on television and sharing experiences there. Here I am with Hassani and Danielle Pettiford on Atlanta Live, talking about all things business, money, and relationships, and had a great time to share my expertise with them on that particular program. And this is my family. This is my family. I don't know if you know, I'm married. I got married in December of 2014. My lovely wife is there on the right side of the screen. Our children are there seated. I inherited them as part of the experience and a relationship that I've developed with my wife. I consider them my own. Destiny to the left and Michael to the right. And Prince is the puppy, the Maltese that didn't want to look at the camera. But this was a reenactment of a childhood photo that Destiny and Mike took when they were like 5 years old and 9 years old, or something like that, somewhere thereabout, when they were in Buffalo with their mom. So this was just kind of a fun time. I like to have fun. I'm starting to cherish life and family and relationships and those sorts of things. And so the life coaching side of me allows me to work with myself as my first and primary client, then my family, and then moving on into helping to enlighten the lives of people like yourself. And so it's been great. The new transformation and transition that I made to focus in the areas of helping current and aspiring entrepreneurs to move beyond average, including people like yourself, it has been just a tremendous experience. Let's go ahead and get social. You can hashtag stop procrastinating if that's something that you want to do. If you're interested in sharing by way of Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever the case may be, you can find me at those different locations by way of social media. Hashtag stop procrastinating if that's something you want to share on Facebook and Twitter. And it's just great to be able to share and track that as part of the content that will be shared this evening. My story, and I'll share this with you very briefly because I think it helps you to understand why I'm so passionate about this thing called entrepreneurship. I grew up in Trotwood, Ohio, which is a suburb of Dayton, Ohio. I graduated from high school with honors. I attended The Ohio State University and studied industrial and systems engineering, where I got my bachelor's degree. I graduated, obtained a job in consulting. I worked countless hours, made a lot of money, but I realized that something was missing out of my life. And the experience that I had at that period of time, a number of you might be experiencing that even right now, where you are working countless hours, you are doing something, you're making money, you're able to make a living, but you feel like something is missing out of your life. And so it's at that point where you start having that itch that you want to start launching something that belongs to you, launching something of your very own. And so this is the first step in order to kind of make that happen. Lesson number one, and I'll share a couple of these lessons along the way. No matter what company you work for or how much money you make, if you are not living out your purpose, there will always be a void. There will always be a void in your life if you never connect with your purpose. There is no reason to live out life if you will never, ever acknowledge and connect to your purpose and give birth to something that will actually make you smile when you wake up and be excited about doing that particular thing and going out and reaching and sharing sharing it with others. When you operate in your purpose, when you are in alignment with your purpose, you begin to share joy and transform the lives of people who come across your path. And that's the truth. That's the thing that you ought to be very excited about, is that if you do the thing that you're thinking about doing, and you actually launch it, and you can smile and change and transform people's lives, then it's a win-win all the way around. So embrace it. Don't be scared. Stop procrastinating. We have to move you to the place where you are taking action and no longer just sitting there on the sidelines. Lesson number 2, the 2 most important days in your life are the day that you are born and the day that you find out why. And we attribute that and give credit to Mark Twain for coining that, because it's so very powerful. You were born into this world, so that gave you life. But until you find out why you're born, you're still not living the fullness of what you're supposed to be doing with and in your life. So lesson number 2 is embrace the day that you were born, because that gave you life. But now you're on a journey to find out why. And some of you might know, but you might not. But if you don't know, that's the next step, is to really figure that out. Working in corporate America gave me possessions, but it did not align with my purpose. And so guess what? I left my consulting job, my cushy consulting job. I started my own business, and it failed miserably. And I say it failed miserably, not because it wasn't successful, because it was, but because I got so comfortable and caught up in cocky and arrogant in that business that it failed. And I was my own demise in that particular business. I ended up losing around $85,000 through my real estate investment business, all because I got too comfortable and too cocky and arrogant. And I didn't dot my I's, I didn't cross my T's, and I ended up experiencing a heart-wrenching failure. And it led to a place where I was depressed, I was disappointed, I was dejected. And so this leads me to lesson number 3. Lesson number 3 is that when you are at your lowest point, that you sometimes have your greatest revelation. And so going through that whole process, it was painful. I couldn't do some of the things that I used to be able to do. I couldn't go to places that I used to be able to go. I had a circle of friends that dwindled down to just a few. And it was just so miserable. I was depressed, disappointed, dejected. And I was like thinking to myself, what else can go wrong? But it was at that point that I had a great revelation. And I had to think to myself, what was I going to do? What was I going to do? It is important for you to realize that even if you get to a point where your back is against the wall, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow it to keep you down, or are you going to move forward? Well, I decided to move forward. I got another corporate job to get back on my feet, which leads to lesson number 4. The worst outcome from you going out and starting your business, if you do it as a full-time venture at some point in the future, the worst outcome is that you can always go back to doing what you're currently doing. You were able to obtain a job. Things are changing around. You have a certain level of expertise. And if that's the case, if you start a business and something were to not go as planned, then you can always go back to doing what you're doing. You can always go back and obtain another job. And so are you willing to forfeit your ability to go out and pursue your purpose, your destiny, the thing that you feel so passionate about, that you are willing to forfeit that just to stay in a place where you're comfortable because you're scared? And so my job is to help and encourage you to not go quit your job tomorrow, but to go through the process of launching your business so that you can find a way to work yourself out of your current job. And so that's kind of the end goal. That's what I have in the back of my mind, is everybody that I work with, I want you to get to a place where you are now building something that you can now hire yourself out of the place that you are currently working in today. So lesson number 4, the worst outcome is that you can always go back to doing what you're doing. So I worked until I had to come face to face with my fears once again. And it was time to decide whether I was going to step back out and go into business by myself again. So I procrastinated until I was just ultimately miserable. And then I took the step. So why procrastinate? Lesson number 5, don't procrastinate because you are only delaying your breakthrough. You're only delaying your success. You're only delaying your impact in the lives of other people. You're only delaying the lessons that you're going to learn along the way. So don't procrastinate, because you're only delaying your breakthrough. You're only delaying your success. You're only delaying the things that you are sitting back dreaming about even right now. And so you don't want to continue to procrastinate, because it's keeping you from moving forward, doing the things that you actually want to experience. You suppress the smile and the joy that's waiting on the inside of you when you procrastinate. You remain inside of the box that has been placed around you. You fail to launch your legacy building dream, which is you have to think about your dream of your business, and your business being something that can be transferred from generation to generation. You're building more than something that's just going to appeal to you. You're building something that's going to allow you, your children, and your children's children to be able to benefit from the learning and the steps that you're even taking today. And so you fail to launch that when you procrastinate. And so it's important for you to embrace it and move forward. I want you to imagine the possibilities. I want you to imagine being able to live out your greater purpose in life. I want you to imagine never experiencing another Monday morning again where you're dreading getting up. I want you to imagine creating revenue doing something that you love. I want you to imagine being able to create an exit from your normal 9 to 5 or the place where you are today. Imagine being able to spend more time with your family. Imagine those things. And I ask you, what are you waiting on? If not now, then when? If not now, then when? The best time to start is now, because now you can start the process of learning and making the adjustments on the fly. No better time than right now. Procrastinating has really gotten you everything that you've gotten this far. And so we want to break that habit. Everything that you have procrastinated on so far that you haven't realized, that you haven't been able to take action on, now's the time for you to break that. And so if not now, then when? And so I ask you, are you willing to take action? Are you ready to take action? Stop procrastinating your business. And so here it is. I'm going to cover as much as I can during our time, and I promise to show you how to take it further at the end. 10 steps to quit your procrastination and get started with your business. I'm going to show you how I can assist you with the process. I'm going to give you 25 business ideas that you can start today. And so enough for now. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So I want to address your procrastination. Here are 10 steps to quit procrastinating so you can actually start your business. Number one, I want you to know yourself. I want you to know who you are. I want you to know yourself. I want you to look yourself in the mirror and know who you are. I want you to understand how procrastination impacts you. You know, what does it do to you when you look at yourself in the mirror and you think about the things that you haven't started that you so badly want to start, and how that impacts you? Is there a sense of guilt? Is there a sense of, fearfulness that's associated with it? How do you feel when you think about the things that you are yearning to do, but you are procrastinating and taking a step to move forward? And then think about the source of your issue. Think about the source of your issue. What is it that it resides on the inside of you that is keeping you from experiencing the joys, the wonders, the awesome ride of going out and pursuing the things that you really want to pursue? What is the source of it? Has someone told you something that you can't do these things? Have you told yourself? Have you witnessed somebody do these things and not be successful? Think about the source of your issue. And that will help you to at least be able to start at a point where you can address it. I want you to understand how it impacts you, procrastination, and think about the source of your issue. I then want you to think about how to practice effective time management, because a number of people will avoid starting and pursuing their things because they don't have enough time. But if I were to dissect where you're allocating your time and your hours, most of you do have additional time that you can spend. You're just spending it in the wrong areas. And so if you want something bad enough, you'll carve out time to make that happen. To take it further, if you are spending times in the wrong area, you're yielding results that you never really wanted to yield in the first place. And so we need to practice effective time management. We need to create estimates for the things that we're doing. We need to compare how we finish those particular items. And we need to prioritize what's important. Well, the things that are really important. We need to prioritize those things. And I'm assuming by your participation in this, that this is something that is very important to you, is starting this business, launching that dream that you have on the inside of you. And so stick with it. Don't give up. Let's go ahead and take the step to make it happen. Number 3, change your perspective. Think about why this is important. Think about why this business is important to you. I want you to write down, why is this business important to me? What do I look to gain out of starting a business? Is it freedom? Is it additional money? Do you want to pay down your debt? Do you want to be able to take care of your kids' college fund? Do you want to be able to take your parents on vacation? Why is this important? Why is starting this business so important to you? What is it about this business that gets you excited? Why do you think about it all the time and it just sits there and it continues to come back over and over and over again? Why is it important? You need to change your perspective. Think about why it's important, and that will give you the fire to go ahead and move forward and take those steps. You need to look beyond the results to your why. And when you think about your why, the what is starting your business. The why gives you the fuel, the energy, the passion to make it a success or make it a reality. And so, yeah, you want to make more money, but the why is so that you can take care of your kids, so that you can retire comfortably, so that you can, buy a house, so that you can pay your house off. The why is more impactful and more powerful than the what. And if your why is strong enough, then the obstacles to get to your what will never, ever be big enough. You will always find a way to overcome what's going on if your why is big enough. So we need to change your perspective. So that's the next thing that you need to do, is change your perspective. I want you to think about the business that's sitting on the forefront of your mind right now that you want to start. And I want you to think about, why is this important to you? Why are you so excited about it? This big dream that you have locked on the inside of you, why are you so excited about it? Write it down so that you can see it, so that you can remind yourself about it. So number 3, change your perspective. Number 4, commit to assignments. Commit to assignments. Commit to assignments. List out the tasks that you need to do. Mark those tasks off as complete so that you can see progress taking place in your life. Take a deep breath and do it over again. List out the task, complete the task, mark the task off, take a deep breath, and see the progress. Be excited about the progress that you're making as you're moving forward. The 4th step to quit procrastinating is commit to assignments. Number 5, work in productive environments. If you want to start a business, all right, let's find an environment that is conducive for you to generate the juice necessary so that you can move forward, so that you can be excited about developing the plan, new products, new services. What are the things that you're trying to achieve? And let's get into a productive environment that is conducive for you to generate those things so you can get some things done, so you can avoid distractions, so that you're not finding yourself looking at Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat all the time. You want to avoid distractions. Number 6, be realistic. Set realistic targets, set realistic goals, but ultimately be realistic. Procrastination sometimes surfaces when we set big goals that are unrealistic for where we are at this point, and we have not set action steps to get us from where we are today to that big goal that we see at some point in the future. And so you want to be realistic. You want to set many goals along the way to your end result of this big goal so that you can celebrate along the way, so that you can acknowledge your progress, and so that you can be excited and celebrate and reward yourself along the journey. Be patient with yourself. Understand that it's going to be a change for you, but ultimately be patient with yourself, but don't allow your patience to be morphed into another level of procrastination. Number 7, self-talk positively. No negative thoughts allowed. When you start to think about your business, stop allowing your inner critic to tell you, no, you can't do it. No, that's not going to be successful. No, you don't know enough. You don't know this particular area. You don't know how to market. You don't know how to go out and make sales calls. No negative thoughts allowed. Self-talk self-talk positively and allow that to be the only thing that surfaces in your mind. And stop listening to the naysayers that are out there telling you what you can and what you cannot do. That's important for you to realize as well. Notice how you talk to yourself first when you start procrastinating, to the point where you're starting to allow yourself to talk yourself out of taking steps towards a position in the future, a step, a goal, an accomplishment in the future, and you talk yourself out of it. I want you to wipe out negative thoughts with positive ones, because that's important. Number 8, free up your schedule. Everything on your schedule is not important, period. And so some of the things that are on your schedule that you're doing for other people aren't going to help you. Those things are not going to help you achieve your goal of starting your business. So anything that is impeding your progress towards starting your business, we have to find a way to block and tackle and remove some of the things that you're doing that are not in alignment with your ultimate goals and the ultimate purpose that you're trying to accomplish. Everything is not important, period. You might be tired even today because you're carrying some stuff for other people that was never meant for you. That was never meant for you, that you're carrying some stuff around that is not meant for you, that wasn't meant for you. And so with that being the case, what are we going to do? How are we going to move forward in getting you to a place where you're now focusing on the things that are important to you and that are helping you achieve your dreams and your goal? Number 9, divide up tasks into smaller chunks. Stop thinking about writing or launching this big business. Think about all the steps that are associated with it, and let's take the small steps, take them step by step, and get to a place where we can divide and conquer it, to a place where you are moving forward, achieving the things that you need to do in order to get your business up and running. Divide and conquer. Number 10, plan for obstacles. I'm not going to be one of these people that is going to tell you that everything is going to roll smoothly. You're not going to have obstacles. Everything is just going to flow. You're going to have this great idea, and all the things are going to align in place, and you're not going to have to overcome obstacles. I'm not that person. I'm not that coach. I'm realistic with the expectations that I set for my clients, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. Plan for obstacles. Things are going to happen. Be as proactive as possible in resolving those issues, but understand that issues are going to come up, and put in measures against distractions. Now, if you are having issues because of you're being distracted by other things, then that's on you. Allow the natural things that are going to come up that might be obstacles in your business. Allow those things to happen naturally, but don't allow yourself to be distracted and make mistakes because you're distracted in the process. So I gave you 10 steps to quit, but I'm going to give you a few more as bonuses, because I want to make sure that we attack every area of procrastination that we can. Improve your behavior. Focus. You are on this particular training. I want you to focus on the things that are being stated. Write those things down. Highlight the things that are applicable to you. And focus on, all right, what do I need to do next? What's the next step? Then what's the next step? Then what's the next step? Focus. Take trainings like the one that I'm doing tonight. Invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, because you are the best return on your investment that could ever result. And we want to break bad habits. Number 12, I want you to reward your progress. And so there is a homework assignment coming out of this that tells you that you need to look yourself in the mirror. I want you to think about why you're procrastinating. And then I want you to take the next logical step, whatever that is for you. And I want you to reward your progress as you take these steps along the journey. Celebrate the small victories. It's okay. If you get a chance to complete a section of your business plan, reward yourself with a candy bar, a piece of cake, the 10 to 15 minutes of social media. Take time out to watch your favorite television show. Celebrate the small victories, because that will continue to add fuel to your ability to move forward. And then learn to forgive yourself. If you slip up, don't be too hard on yourself. Forgive yourself. Understand that there is no quick solution, and that if you've been a procrastinator, it's going to take some time for you to correct those bad habits. But forgive yourself. Get up and let's keep it moving. I've created a group called Move Beyond Average on Facebook. You can look it up, Move Beyond Average. Actually, I'll send it out to the group as a link at the conclusion of tonight's training. But there is a group called Move Beyond Average, and I'm going to be in there on a regular basis, providing content that will encourage you to take steps, asking you, what did you accomplish today? Asking you, what goals do you have set? What are you supposed to get done for today? I want you to go and connect to the Move Beyond Average group on Facebook if you're out there. And if you need some accountability, some partial accountability, that's an area in which you can find that. And that's a free group that we are, trying to grow. As something that I started recently. And I want you to learn how to forgive yourself and don't go into hiding, but be accountable, be willing to come back and say, okay, I messed up, but I'm back on the wagon again, and let's keep moving forward. So 10 steps to get started. All of the steps that we're addressing, or I just covered, I help you to plow through those things in my Business Launch Program. I have an Entrepreneur's Business Launch Program, and we take you step by step. I hold you accountable along the way. And each week we cover one or more topics to help you get closer to your dream of becoming a successful business owner or a product owner. So all of the things that we just covered, those 10 steps to avoid or to move beyond procrastinating. And then I gave you three bonus steps. Those are to help you plow through that procrastination. But I have a program that's actually built and developed to help you to go through that in its entirety. And so the question is, what's next? The question is actually up to you. You can continue procrastinating. You can take action. And so hopefully you learn something through the overcoming procrastination steps that I provided that will help you get through and take it to the next level. I'm going to share some steps and that will support this awesome 4-week program that I'm going to host, the Entrepreneur Biz Launch Program. And it's a group format which allows you to learn from one another along the way. And it will help you to keep from procrastinating. It will take you step by step. We have different modules that are covered each week, and it will take you step by step through the journey of starting and launching your own business. You can't procrastinate because these things force you to be held accountable. These things force you to face your fears and to move forward. We do it by way of weekly teleconferences and webinars along with homework assignments. I have a limited number of spaces. Why? Because I'm only working with people that are motivated to move forward. And so if that's something that might be of interest to you, you will have an opportunity to apply to participate in this program. I'm no longer doing the programs where you can just opt in. I'm only working with people that I have a chance to really handpick and desire to work with on an ongoing basis because your motivational level is there. And so for you, I believe that's you. I think you're someone who is motivated. Why? Because you're participating in this particular training, and you'll have a chance to really apply for a spot in the upcoming program that I'm launching, the Entrepreneur Biz Launch Program. And so at the end of the program, here are the things that you're going to be able to experience. You will have gained the confidence required to take the big step. So I'm going to help push you beyond the procrastination. You will have started drafting your business plan or your product outline, which means you will start the business plan that's going to drive your business. You will have developed a plan to sample your goods and services. We're going to have you go out and sample your goods and your services in the lives of other people so that they can find out, or you can confirm whether or not these are services and products that you need to be offering and whether or not this is something for you. So this is a great thing to do as well. You will have initiated a draft of the financial resources required to get started. All of your businesses are going to require some financial responsibilities, some expenditures, some things that you're going to need in order to operate your business. And so this will take you through that process as well. And at the end of the program, you will have confirmed your idea. Is it a good idea? Are these ideas great? Or do I need to go back to the drawing board? And so we'll take you through that process. You will also have started the registration process for your state. And that just simply means if you have a business that you're trying to start, whether it's a marketing business, whether it's a PR business, whether it's a coaching business, whether it's a teaching business, whether it's an art, accounting, project management business, whatever it is, you will start the registration process for your state. And that's a powerful and fun thing to think about. Incorporating your business is a big deal. And it's a fun thing. And you should celebrate it. You will have identified the process flow for your business. And so we go through the process saying, okay, if you get a customer today, right now, what process is your customer going to go through when they're dealing with you? And so that is something that is covered in the program. And it helps you, once again, to go step by step so that you don't become overwhelmed, which ultimately results in procrastination. And so I've broken this program down into steps to take you from procrastination to ultimately becoming a business owner. And so let's go ahead and celebrate and get excited about it, because your dream of starting your business is a real thing, and it can become a reality if you're willing to take the steps. At the end of that program, you will have documented the various ways for you to market and advertise your product or your business. And so that's a powerful thing. Kristen H came through the program. She started a dessert business. She moonlighted while working her job as a teacher, and she started generating an extra $500 per month, part-time. So let me ask you this. Could you use an additional $500 per month part-time working a business that you love? Well, Kristen's been able to experience it, and you can too. So let's take you from procrastination to execution. Let's take a look at Jason P. Atlanta, Georgia, started a videography business, operates part-time while he finishes business school, generating an extra $700 per month part-time. Could you use an additional $700 per month part-time? And I'm giving you realistic examples. I'm not giving you these examples that says so-and-so is now earning $15,000 per month through her, whatever business. I'm giving you real life examples of people that have come through that started doing these things on a part-time basis. And I know Jason's actually making more, maybe double that right now, maybe even triple that right now, because he went through the program about a year and a half ago. Tim J, Dallas, Texas, started an online marketing business, shares his social media knowledge with small businesses, and he's actually generating about $8,600 per month full time. This is all he does. He knows SEO, he knows social media, and he can help companies get higher in the rankings on Google and all those different things. And that's something that he does full time. He only works with a select number of people. And he only works with small business clients who can't afford to work with the big time people. You received a value pack program that will allow you to realize your dreams for $479 if you were to pay for it retail. And it's worth every dime of it. And it's actually worth more than that, because once you think about the ability to generate ongoing income on a month-to-month basis, it more than pays for itself. Here's the Biz Launch Program overview. Week 1, confirm your idea, conduct market research. Week 2, what's your business or your product structure? LLC, incorporation, how are you going to structure your business? What kind of product structure are you going to have for your business? Week number 3, business plans and financial planning. Creating the financial plan to support your business. Week number 3. Week number 4, business process flows, your product outline. How is your customer's experience going to be when they come through this process with you? I'm giving you a bonus week because you're participating in this training. And in that bonus week, we're going to talk about advertising, we're going to talk about marketing, and we're going to talk about networking and creating a plan to intertwine advertising, marketing, and networking. That'll be your bonus week. That's bonus week 5. And then bonus week 6, you'll get a chance to meet with me one-on-one. And we're going to talk about your business and how to take it from where we get to in these 5 weeks together to where to take it going forward. And so these 4 weeks plus the 1 bonus week plus week number 6, the consultation with me, will allow you to get to a place where you're now currently dreaming about your business to a place where you are actually realizing your business. And so we move the procrastination because now you're held accountable week by week. And I will make sure that I reach out to you personally week by week to ensure that you're on the right track. And so if you apply for a space today, you'll get an additional $100 off of the program price at $479. So that will allow you to apply. And if you do that, you can apply and enroll, if accepted, for $379. And so that is something that you can embrace. All you're really doing is now getting yourself into a position to take what is known as an entrepreneur course. This is what we're doing. You are enrolling in an entrepreneur course that's going to take you from your idea that you have in your mind to getting it on paper, to confirm that it's a good idea through market research, to starting your business plan, to getting it incorporated. And we're taking you week by week so that you can realize the dream of your own business at the end of that process, or close to being able to realize it. Because if you're launching a business that requires retail storefront space and that sort of thing, it's not going to happen that quickly, but you'll have the prototype, you'll have the plan of action, the blueprint in place to be able to make that happen. And so I ask you, confidently, is realizing your dreams worth $379 to apply to be a member of this particular program? And it should. You should be willing to invest in yourself so that you can begin to realize the results of the faithfulness and investment. Investing in yourself so that you can get the return on investment. If I can tell you that week by week you're going to have a blueprint, homework assignments, your answers that go along with it, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's partner together. Let's make this happen as one happy group, a small group that is, so that we can invest into each other, give each other feedback, and to move forward. And I'll be coaching you along the way. You'll have weekly conference calls and homework. And if you refer a friend, you'll get credit or $50 referral fee that you can apply towards your own investment. So it's a win-win-win if you are willing to bring a friend along with you. So here's the contact information that's on the screen. You'll receive an invitation to apply to be a part of the program. And so I encourage you to do it. Take the step, be bold, and be willing to say, okay, I'm willing to invest in myself. These 4 weeks plus the bonus week plus the consultation itself, which is worth it by itself, to be able to get some direction, the blueprint created for you to move forward with your business. It's a slam dunk. It's a no-brainer. I want to give you 25 businesses that you can even start, that you can begin to think about if you don't know what businesses that you want to start. And so I'm going to pause. I'm going to ask you if you have any questions to go ahead and put those in the chat room. Go ahead and put those in the chat room on whatever medium that you're using to actually view this particular training. But we're going to use and apply the 10 steps to overcoming your procrastination to get you to a point where you're launching your business and being successful about it. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Let's now take a look at 25 businesses that you can start. Real estate, very low entry point to get started there. Automobile detailing, personalized gifts, meaning you buy things and you personalize them, you put a quote on them, you put somebody's name on it, and people will pay you for that. Senior citizen services, with so many people living longer, there's special services that are needed by senior citizens, and you can create a business around providing that service for them. Importing and exporting goods is a business that you can start, and you see a lot of people doing that, and you're seeing people talking about these Amazon businesses. That's what a lot of these people are doing: importing, exporting business goods and selling them at a profit. Arts and crafts, starting a cleaning service. There will always be a need for cleaning services. Pet sitting in your neighborhood or in your particular area. Web development, if you know how to develop websites, people are paying good money for that. Teaching, starting a moving service to help people move, starting a self-defense program that teaches women and kids how to defend themselves. That's something that you can start. Becoming interior decorators is a business that you can start. Starting an errand service, becoming an eBay seller, Amazon seller are 2 businesses. Number 16 is my favorite because information marketing is a very powerful thing. It's very positive. It's one of those things where you are now packaging up what's in your brain, putting it into a package, videos, audios, some kind of ebook, and selling it to people who need to know what you have an expertise in. And each of you has something that you know inside and out. You've been doing it forever, but people will pay you for your expertise. And so don't take that for granted. Information marketing is probably something that you could do beginning tonight, creating a product within 2 hours, 3 hours, a day, a week, and begin selling it. And if that's something that you want to do, then this program can help you navigate through that as well. Number 17, become a personal trainer. Start consulting. If you know something that somebody else doesn't know, become a consultant so to guide them through that process. Number 19, become a professional organizer. Start a babysitting service. Learn how to remove junk to clean up people's yards and buildings and houses and those sorts of things. Become a videographer. Start a videographer service for weddings and things of that nature, where you can command, $1,000, $2,000 to video, to provide video services for weddings. Become a social media manager if that's something that you love to do. Start a candle business. There are a lot of people that love these things, and you can build a business around it. Become a personal assistant. Become a personal assistant to someone like doctors, lawyers, attorneys, busy business people. They'll pay you to do that. I'm going to give you 5 bonus businesses that you can start as well. Start a home delivery business where you can deliver things and products to people's houses. Become a landscaper, or hire people to work for you to go out and do the landscaping. Mail order is still something that exists. There are people that are older that still believe in mail order and ordering from catalogs and shipping those things out via the mail. That's something that you can do as well. Starting or participating in network marketing. Businesses that are already established have products and services that can be sold and distributed, building teams along with it. That's something that you can start for little or no money. And then become a sales and marketing consultant. That's something that you can do also. That's something that you can do in order to start a business if that's something that you truly want. And so I'm going to stop at this time. If you have any questions, if there are any questions that have been shared, go ahead and feel free to share those in the chat room, and I'll see if I can get to them. There are a couple of questions on here. When does the program start? The program will start in 2 weeks. And so get your application in to apply to be a participant in that particular session that's coming up. And so we'll start the 3rd week of February. So that gives us 1 week in February and then 4 weeks in the month of March in order to move forward. And so that is that. The program starts in 2 weeks. That information will be shared upon applying. Is this something that you can do remotely, or is it in person? This is something that is done remotely. We'll do and participate in trainings like we're on tonight, teleconference calls, which you'll dial in and you can participate that way. And you have the ability to turn in your homework assignments. Yes, there's homework assignments. You can turn those in via email, and I'll review them and give you feedback on them, and then return that information to you. And so, yes, it's something that can be done. You can participate from wherever. The calls are recorded so that if you are unavailable, these typically take place on Monday nights when those calls are usually taking place. If you can't participate on Monday nights, then you'll have a chance to listen to the replays. But the homework and teleconference replays will be shared via email to the people of the group, and then you can move forward from there. Any other questions? Let's see if there are any other questions out here. Why is the program so cheap? Well, I'm glad you asked. I want to make it inexpensive for you to participate in this program because there are going to be some additional expenses that will occur along the way. And so I don't want to put you in a position where you're paying so much for the program that you don't have enough money to pay for incorporating your business, or to pay for marketing materials that you need to market your business. And so I want to make sure that it's a win-win, and that's why we're doing this in a group format, so that you can take advantage of the group and being able to kind of co-share that particular experience together, and we can leverage time and experiences to grow together. Any other questions? If there are, feel free to type in the chat room, and we will see if there are any additional questions that are out there. I don't see any other questions out there. So I assume that I covered the information adequately because there are no additional questions out there. But at this time, we'll go ahead and conclude our time together. I want to go back through real quick and talk about the things that we're going to really be working through as far as overcoming your procrastination. Here are the things that you need to take away from you. You need to know yourself. You need to practice effective time management. You need to change your perspective about your procrastination and yourself. You need to commit to your assignments, and that's something we'll work through as part of the program. You need to work in productive environments. That's something I'll be reminding you every step along the way through the program. You need to be realistic. That's something I'll help you with to make sure that you're on target and on track. I'll help you to become patient with yourself. You have to self-talk positively. That's something that you need to do. That's something that you need to embrace. That's something that you need to be comfortable with, not allowing yourself to talk yourself out of things. Our circle, this group that comes through, is going to continue to give you positive reinforcement. But go out there also and register to sign up for my Facebook group, Move Beyond Average. That's something you can participate in as well. Number 8, we're going to free up your schedule because I'm going to tell you a lot of the stuff you're working on is probably is something that you don't need to focus on. And we're going to divide and conquer. And that's what this curriculum is all about, is dividing these things down into smaller pieces so that we can conquer a bigger goal, a bigger result. We're going to plan for obstacles along the way. We're going to improve behavior because now we're going to work together. We're going to reward our progress. I'm going to tell you to celebrate. I'm going to tell you to get up and dance like crazy for everything that you do that's positive. And then we're going to learn to forgive ourselves along the way as well, just in case you have a hiccup along the way. I've had people that have come through. They felt like they didn't give it their all, and that they wanted to retake the program, which I allowed them to do, and they made the commitment to go through this and take it serious. But I've redesigned and redeveloped it so that now every step of the way is going to be almost a check and balance and a point of reflection for you as you go through it to make sure that you forgive yourself, but you move forward with positive encouragement. And so that's what we have this evening. I don't see any additional questions, so I'm going to give you 7 minutes of your time back. The time is 8:53. I'm going to give you 7 minutes of your time back, and you can go to your email address, your email inbox, and the invitation to participate in the upcoming program will be sent to you within the next 5 to 7 minutes. And from there, I encourage you to go ahead and apply to participate. And at that point, we'll take it from there. And I look forward to working with you as you go forward. Stay tuned to other trainings that are coming up because I am going to do these on a week-to-week basis on different topics. And feel free to connect with me. And looking forward to working with you in some form or fashion, or stay connected so you can be encouraged as you move along your own individual journey. All right, until next time, thank you so much for participating, and I look forward to working with you going forward. All right, take care.